Hi, I'm Marcus, and this is Wake Up New Bedford, and I'm here with TF Breezy. Breezy, thanks for being here.
Absolutely, thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely. So, for the people who don't know you, or even maybe for some of your fans who don't know you on the personal side, let's start with maybe where you grew up and what's the first school you went to.
So, born and raised actually here in New Bedford, but
Yes, sir.
from like schooling wise, I actually went to school in Freetown.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so my mom, like the line of work that she does, she works with like at-risk youth.
Sure.
And she saw what it was and how they were, and she just didn't want me to end up in that cycle.
Sure.
So I did kindergarten through 12th grade in Freetown schools.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but still living in New Bedford?
Yeah, so we lived
yeah.
in New Bedford.
Sure.
And I could say this now because of statute of limitations. But, yeah, no, I grew up in Freetown.
Yeah.
Like, went to school there. A lot of, like, I still have friends there, but
Sure.
we lived in New Bedford my whole life.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
I got a good education. It was, you know, it was Freetown, so.
I mean, like, I don't have a single memory in Freetown. Like, I don't know if maybe I've passed through there, but like,
Yeah.
what's it like?
So it's exactly what you should do is just pass through there. No, it's not bad. It's,
Sure.
you know, small town.
Yeah.
So I'm Cape Verdean,
Yeah.
and the only Cape Verdeans in Freetown are my family, and
Sure.
we all live on one road, Burley Road.
Got you.
Shout out Burley Road.
Yeah.
And my family's been there, I want to say, like, I'm not like tooting our horn, but we were like not one of the first, because there was probably Cape Verdeans here when we came, but like my family's been in the U.S. since probably the late 1800s.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know how many greats back it was a fisherman.
Sure.
So
Okay.
saved his money, he bought land in Freetown, and when I tell you he bought land, he bought a lot of land.
Sure.
And I mean, through the years, like, sold off, and like my great uncle still lives over there, two of them, my grandmother still lives there, my cousin lives right next door. We're literally like.
And so, have you been in the same house for your whole life?
So my grandmother grew up in a small house. It was like maybe a 1-bedroom, and the actual foundation of the house is in the front of our yard. And then they built the house in the 70s, her and my grandfather. And it's cool to see because there's like this little white rock thing around it. And I always wondered, and I was like, Ma, what is this thing in the middle of the yard? Like, why don't you just take this rock out the ground? She goes, that was the foundation of the house that I grew up in. And she was like, it was just this house. Like, my uncle's houses weren't there, and all the other houses, it was just land.
Got you.
So I thought that was pretty cool, and I'm like, you kept it? She goes, absolutely. It reminds me of, you know, where I came from,
history.
where I started. Yeah, so I was like, oh, that's awesome. But yeah, first Cape Verdean family. Well, not first, can't say that. There's a couple of others.
Sure. I mean,
We
for all
all
intents
live
and
in the
purposes.
same- we all live in
the
the
only one
same
that's still
street.
there.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So you're close with your family?
Absolutely. My family is everything to me, man.
Yeah.
I love my family. We have Sunday dinners every Sunday.
That sounds so nice.
When football's on, the family's at my mom's house. We're all yelling and screaming at each other.
You got any siblings?
I have, so on my father's side, I am the oldest of 5.
Sure.
But I'm my mother's only child.
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's like it's one extreme to the other. So when I
Yeah.
go, like, my little brothers and sisters, my sister look up to me. But then when I'm here, I'm like, I'm my mom's baby. So I'm
For
like,
sure. Always will
like,
be.
what
yeah.
am I supposed to do? But
Okay.
it's not bad. I like it. I like being the older sibling as much as I like being the only child.
Oh, that's interesting.
I like having, like, people to look up to me. Like, my brothers, they'll call me when they have issues. My sister, if she's having an issue with anything, she calls me. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like, I also am just my mom's child when I'm here. And
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess I got a good balance of both.
Sure.
So,
Okay.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, no, that is an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so when you were growing up, did you have an idea of what you wanted to be when you grew up? Did you have any big dreams?
So for my 4th grade yearbook, I actually put that I wanted to be a Blue Angels fighter pilot.
Okay.
went
What's
to
Blue Angels?
The Blue Angels are like the elite pilots of, I believe, the Air Force.
Sure.
I went to an air show, and I think it was in Newport or something. I was obviously in 4th grade.
Yeah.
And they do go around, do air shows. They do like crazy stunts where they break off and they go shoot way
Yeah,
up in
that's
the
dope.
air, and they do some
Yeah.
crazy stuff.
Okay.
But I don't know. I wanted to be a Blue Angels pilot. Couldn't tell you why.
Yeah.
I don't even really like flying.
Really?
Like, I don't hate it, but I'm
Sure.
like, if we could drive there, I'll do it.
I'd rather be on the ground, kind of thing, for sure.
Especially nowadays, there's too many accidents. In the air.
Yeah,
I'm like,
apparently, right.
what's going on here? But yeah, no. As far as like, as I got older, I just wanted to be successful. I wanted to be able to, live a good life, which doing pretty good right now.
Sure. And so, when you say successful, was it just about having money and being comfortable, or did you want to be well known? Did you want to be famous?
So success to me is being able, I don't want to necessarily say rich, like
Sure.
money-wise, like I don't want to be a billionaire, like I can't do all that. I can't do anything with that much money. That's just not who I am. But to be able to, like, if my family needed it, I want to be the person where they can call and be like, hey, I need X amount of whatever, or hey, I need a ride here, or things like that. So, I mean, I'm in a place now, fortunately, that I can somewhat to like an extent.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I want to be like rich and, like family. Like my family, we don't really argue as much. Like you don't see like the internal family, I guess, issues or fights
Or
a lot.
drama.
Yeah, there isn't really, and genuinely speaking, like my mom's side of the family, there's very rare that like there's been like an issue to where like, oh, so and so's not speaking to so and so, and I'm like,
And you hear that all the time.
yeah, and like my girlfriend, her family, they'll have like issues, and I'll be like, I don't know what that is. Like, my family doesn't do that, and like I feel fortunate, and I'm like, cool. Like this is my family genuinely loves each other and cares for each other, and I'm like, seeing it from like a lot of friends and stuff. I'm like, not everybody has what I have, so like, I feel like I'm rich in that sense as well. Like coming from a very strong family where love, I guess, triumphs over like any issues.
Yeah, the pettiness.
Yeah, maybe like, you'd be upset with somebody, but you're over it in like 2 minutes. You know what I mean? It's you don't cry over spilt milk in my family. Like if I could say it that way. But
Is it because maybe guys the love is so strong, or because the communication is so good?
I believe a little bit of both. So we are very big on like communicating feelings.
Good.
And like if my grandmother is, she will communicate her feelings.
Why do you say it like that?
Because there's no filter with her anymore.
Yeah.
So as she's gotten older, the filter just turns off.
Yeah.
So she'll just be like, Trevor, I don't like the way you look today. You look fat. Be like, Ma, I love you, but there's other ways to say these things.
That kind of hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Just be like, I love you, and then, it is what it is. But like, you communicate with my family how we feel, and we generally come to like an agreement, and there's never really like I guess a quarrel or whatever. But we've never had in my lifetime. There's never been like big blowouts with my family, and I cherish that. You know what I mean? Like I love that my family gets together every week, every Sunday, and so-and-so isn't here because of whatever issues. Like, no, that doesn't happen. If they're not there, they have prior engagements.
Yeah. So is your grandmother like the head of the family, like the matriarch, or?
She is, yes. She is now. That lady is, shout out my grandmother.
Yeah.
She raised 3 kids on her own and just worked every job in the world, man. She worked 3 jobs. She was a CNA. She worked at like AC Moore at the time, doing floral arrangements. It was like there wasn't a time when my grandmother wasn't working. She's retired now, though.
Yeah,
she
good.
loves it, but she doesn't because she doesn't make as much money as she did. But I'm like, hey, you don't gotta go to work anymore. Like, you did it. You made it.
Yeah, you made it for sure.
She's a good person. I love that lady.
What was your first job?
My first job was at Quiznos Subs on Tarkland Hill Road in Bedford. Yeah. So the funny story is, the day I got my driver's license at the DMV, they brought us back to my school or whatever. I went home. I got in my car and drove to my job interview, my first day of my license.
Wow.
That was the first place I drove. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
My mother said, as soon as you get your license, you need a job. You need to pay
better
for
start working.
gas. You got to pay for insurance. So as soon as I got there, I literally got in my car, drove right to my first job interview. I was like, oh, this is crazy.
And you already had that set up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I set it up. My cousin was a manager there, so I kind of lucked out with that.
For sure.
And so everyone's like, oh, how was it when you got your license? I'm like, the first place I drove was to get a job. Right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like freedom. Like I didn't have my hair blown in the wind. Like
For sure.
it wasn't like that.
It wasn't having fun. It was being responsible.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, I actually like I thank my mom for that too. Also because it's kind of shaped. As much as I didn't like it at 16, I'm like now thinking back on it. I'm like fiscal responsibility, like financial responsibility. You kind of just instilled it in me.
Yeah.
From a very young age.
From a young age.
It's cool.
Be able to take care of yourself.
Yeah. And not be out here just spending money all willy-nilly. And I'm like, thank you, Mom. Like
for sure.
Yeah. I don't say it because I don't want to tell her that.
Yeah, well, go
she's
to her
gonna
head.
see this and she's like, I told you.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
she's gonna do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also will give you a sense of discipline too.
Yep.
You know, being able to show up when you have to in order to take care of what you have to.
Yep,
for
absolutely.
Sure, for sure. And so, what were some of your hobbies when you were younger? Were you big into sports? Were you into music when you were young?
So I was big into like, I guess my best sports were baseball and football growing up. I played for the New Bedford Bears growing up.
Yeah, me too.
And then until I went to high school. Played baseball in Freetown. And like hobbies growing up, I used to love, like I remember vividly, my mom would obviously like work extra shifts just to take care of me. Sure. And I would spend a lot of time down the street at my godparents' house. And every Saturday morning, my godfather's, he had like the tape deck CD player, like the 3 tiers with the big old speakers. Yeah. We'd wake up at like 9 in the morning to like old school rap. And me and my my godbrother, Kendall, would come downstairs and we would just be like, start breakdancing. Like, didn't even brush our teeth yet. We're just up there like this. I'm like
on the grind.
So like music's been ingrained in me since I can remember.
Yeah.
But I never like. I don't say I could never see myself rapping now or you know making music like I do. But I've always loved to dance. I've always been a dancer.
Yeah.
But it's just I guess. It was inevitable at this point because I've done like a lot of different aspects of music when it comes to like dancing or DJing or like making beats or stuff like that.
Sure.
And this was like the only avenue that I hadn't tried yet. And
oh, interesting. So
turns out people like it.
And
so.
it was the last thing you tried when you came to music.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to. I've always been like I don't want to be like everybody else type of person. Like
sure.
A lot of people that I knew were rapping when we were like 18, 19 years old. I'm like. Cool, you're a rapper. Like even now, I'm like, dude, I'm 33 years old.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're like, oh, you make music? Yes, I make music. I'm not. I still won't be like I'm a rapper. Like no, I can sing if I really have to.
Yeah, I'm more than that.
Yeah. For sure, I don't want to be like, oh, you rap. I can do more than that. Like, but it's more like it started off as just like writing. It was a hobby more so than anything. I've been writing like. Poems and lyrics and stuff like that from a young age, probably like 14, 13. But I never thought to like put my voice on a record or anything like that. Like poems are poems. Like I was writing them in high school for girls, like being cute.
Okay, I was gonna ask, so as far as for writing, what influenced you or inspired you in order to get started writing?
Girls.
Yeah, it was girl. Yeah.
Terribly. Yeah. Just as like as bad as that is to say.
Hey,
like,
you gotta get started somehow.
And I'd write poems like slip them in lockers. Or,
Okay.
I would write songs like on my notebook and start singing them and be like, oh my God, Trevor.
You're like, yeah. Kind of do this.
Yeah, I had other priorities in high school.
I mean, when we're young, you know what I'm saying? That kind of is the priority.
Yeah.
As long as you're staying out of trouble, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a good kid, like,
Yep.
It's about girls.
Yeah.
It's about
So
girls.
shout out those women
Yeah.
from back in the day. Now I make music.
You made a superstar.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Getting there. We're getting there, man. We're getting there, yeah.
So do you remember the first song you wrote?
The first song I wrote was actually, believe it or not, I was mad at my dad. My dad lives in North Carolina.
Sure.
And I wrote like a mini diss song about him.
Really?
Yeah. I threw it away.
Okay.
But it was like the first song I sat there for like 3 hours. There's probably tears on the page. You know what I mean? Like there was pain in that song.
Yeah, you meant it. Yeah, for sure.
But I ended up throwing it away because I just, in my head, thought my dad was going to come up from North Carolina and be like, hey, go outside, grab yourself a switch. And be like, I don't want to get hit.
Yeah.
So I was like, threw it away as fast as I could. But that was like the first song I wrote. The first like writing that I did was in high school, was more so like in actual like English class when they'd give you like journal entries. Like we had this one English class where we did a journal entry every day.
Sure.
And you had the creative freedom to do whatever. As long as you wrote, she didn't care what it was. It wasn't graded, it was just...
That's dope.
And at first, like, the first few pages was just doodles. Like, I hate this class, it's stupid, I want to write. What do I want to write for? And then by, like, you know, the next couple of weeks, it was, you know, little, like, you know, 2 bars or, like, a little small poem to, like, writing a short story of, like, dumb stuff in high school.
Yeah,
or
just
like
being creative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really think that set like I can do this, and it's. I'm not saying it's easy. It's not. It's not easy to structure songs or poetry, but writing became easy for me to do. Like rhyming wasn't. It didn't take me like what rhymes with milk, and you're like, what do I do here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that was a moment where I was like, I really like this. I enjoy writing, and it's also like, as like I don't know, as an only child, I was very like, not closed off with like emotionally, but like I didn't have siblings to be like, hey, I feel like this. What do I do?
Yeah.
So it was kind of like navigating, figuring out my emotions, my feelings myself, and writing kind of helped me with writing those things down, writing feelings down.
Yeah.
It was my therapy. And it still is today. Like I write to release, you know, whatever I have, and the whole process of creating the song to actually going to get it engineered, and then hearing the final product, it gives me like a sort of high that like I never got anywhere else, and I'm like, wow, like to get goosebumps from hearing my own voice, as like vain as it sounds.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
It's I guess. It all stems from like the whole process to get to like the last point. Once you hear it, like crisp, clean, everything's hitting right. You're like, oh, like I did that. Like, granted, I didn't do all of it, but like.
No, yeah, like that's not just your voice, but like your emotions. Like I actually meant I meant this. I remember that moment being in there and this whole process. Like you said.
It's good. I honestly love it now, and. I'm getting older, so if I'm gonna do this thing, I gotta do this thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not there. Like, it's cool to do shows locally. Love it. Like, it's crazy because I don't do a lot of shows in New Bedford.
Really?
I've done maybe like 4 of them in the last like 3.5 years. So I've been rapping now since 2021, like actually putting music out on like Apple Music and stuff like that. But I've probably done like a handful of shows out here. Most of my shows have been in Providence or like Boston area, not Boston,
Makes sense.
but like New Hampshire. I've done a couple there, but I'm trying to be like everywhere if I can.
For sure.
If I'm gonna do something, I got to do it.
You want to be successful.
Yes, absolutely.
So, you say that rapping and like actually using your voice was the last step when it came to music. What was the first step?
Dancing.
Okay.
I was actually in a dance crew, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, talk about that.
So, 2008 or 9. Me and my friend. We were in college. We were actually at BCC at the time.
Sure.
We had like taken classes at this dance. It was called. I forget now. They're gonna kill me. I forget the studio. It's in Fall River now. But shout out Marissa and Keith. I forget the name of the studio. I'm terrible right now.
No, sure.
But yeah, no, we were taking classes, and you know, I've been so I'd been dancing like by myself or like with family or whatever, like popping and locking in the house.
Yeah.
Since I was like I can remember. But to like actually do classes. And
hip hop classes.
Yeah, hip hop classes. I was. It was cool. It was nice to learn and see that like. Learning how other people dance or what they create was cool to learn, to see how they think, you know what I mean? But we ended up meeting up with a group of people at Dance Extreme in New Bedford, and we started a group called Trademark.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, and we did like, that was a good summer. That was a good
that
summer.
was a good summer.
So we just started off at like little shows, like talent shows, or like we did one at New Bedford High. We did one at like Durfee, and then it turned into like, our friend at the time was one of the presidents of DECA, like the student president. So DECA was like a business, it was like a like an after school activity or whatever at
Sure.
school. It's just all about business. So like
Okay.
you do like the stock market game, or like you create like business models, stuff like that.
Sure.
So I was in that, and our friend actually became one of like the leaders of the of DECA, and we had talked to him one day. We're like, hey, we know you guys do like the states up in Boston.
Oh, okay.
If you guys want to add in like something to keep them excited, we
Okay.
actually pitched an idea to this kid. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all our years of training are coming in and out. And we ended up doing the DECA, it was regionals, which, no, it was states. So it's every school in the state.
Wow.
So we're behind the curtain, and it's like a movie, because you hear it, and you're like, wow, that sounds like a lot of people.
Yeah.
And we're just coming back from like doing a show at like New Bedford High for like maybe 100 people.
Doing a talent show.
Yeah, and
exactly.
I'm like, nah, it's not that many people. And like, I'll never forget it. We walk into the room, and I just look, and I kid you not, it felt like this room stretched on for miles, and I'm just like,
wow.
why are there so many people? Like, what is
Yeah.
this? And then I remember, like, because I did it in high school. I'm like, when we were here, it was like, same hotel. It was like 4,000, 5,000 kids.
Wow. Wow. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, this is insane.
Yeah.
And like, we killed it. We had a great time. We were
Nice.
in and out of the crowd running. I've never been
Really?
so tired in my life, because why am I running a half a mile this way to like,
Exactly.
and then I got to go back on stage and start dancing again? You're crazy.
Yeah.
And then we did like Skills USA, which is like the vocational, it's like a vocational, not tournament, I wouldn't say, but it's kind of like DECA, where you do like compete in like things from their vocation
Sure.
or whatever. I'm sure people that went to like Voc and stuff like that would know what Skills USA is, but we did one for them, and it was big. They probably had like 3,500 kids.
Wow.
And then, you know, I ended up moving to Providence. I was like, I'm tired of the small time life. I'm gonna move to Providence. That was fun. And yeah, so I really stopped dancing. I danced for a while, probably like a few years, and
Sure.
then once I moved to Providence, I started going out a lot more, and like seeing
Makes
like,
sense. Yeah.
DJs were like the cool thing.
Yeah.
So I bought turntables and started DJing. I've done like a couple of weddings and stuff, or like family functions.
Sure.
DJ'd like friends' parties, but I've never like, as far as like clubs, I used to do like, we would listen to a lot of house music back then.
Okay.
So I was doing a lot of like EDM, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a wild time in my life. But yeah, no, dancing was first, DJing was second,
Okay.
really, like to actually do the thing.
Yeah.
And now it's rapping or doing whatever, creating music, I like to think.
Yeah, for sure.
Because a lot, like, as much as my music is rap, I just feel like it's, I guess, rap nowadays is very, whatever it is, it's very in your face. And like mine's is more like, I'm kind of an unk now, I guess, if you would call it.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So my kid loves to tell me,
I
like,
bet, yeah.
Dad, you're an unk. Like, bro, I got a few more years before I become
Yeah,
unk.
I'm
Stop
not
it.
old, okay? Yeah.
Like, wait till you get this age. I'm
Yeah.
gonna call you and tell you, hey, how you feeling?
Yeah, exactly.
But no, like my music is more like, I come from the era of like going to clubs and listening to like Kid Ink and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I just want people to get up and like dance, move around. Like,
Yeah. No, I was listening to some of your music. It's good.
Thank you.
But like makes you, like you said,
want
want
to move. I don't
yes.
want to like.
Absolutely.
We're not out here, whatever, hitting licks or whatever the kids be talking about, spinning block. Like,
No.
no, bro, no,
No.
that's not life. That's not living, man.
Yeah.
I want you to go out and like. Every time I go into a song, even like there's a couple of them on there, I'm not gonna lie, that are like features that I've done where there's already a template, I guess you would say,
Sure.
in stone. So I'm kind of like put in a box, and I'm like, I don't want to do it, but I love this person, and I'll do it for them. You know what I mean?
So I saw you collab with someone where you did like a whole album. Like I think it was called the Savage Sessions.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that like a little bit what you're talking about?
No, so that
gotcha.
that's what my cousin Marcel, shout out Marcy Savage.
Cool.
He's it started off as just hanging out at his house, you know, and we just started creating for like a year.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's now going about a year and a half, and that wasn't even like the Savage Sessions is only like a third of what we created.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So for us, it was like we'll put together like an album, and it's not the best like engineering wise. We were kind of just like, we've been sitting on these for a year now. They gotta go.
Let's put them out.
We gotta do something. So we put out, I think, personally, the best. I believe it's 10.
Yeah, it's around there for sure.
The best 10 songs that we had.
Okay.
And we still have like 10 or 11 more. So at some point we want to put it out again, but
Yeah.
I told him this time, I'm like, hey, I'll pay for the studio time. Like, we're going to go in and I want you to hear, because I also want him to, because he engineers as well, and but it's, you know, self-taught, and you got to lock in, but we're adults, we got jobs, we got stuff to do, you know what I mean? So to lock in fully on that is like, it's kind of a lot to ask
It's
for.
a commitment for
yeah.
sure.
So I'd love for him to see the process and see like what my engineer does and how he works and operates. And we could put out like a really quality piece of work. I'm not saying it's not quality. I love it. And I listen to it almost every day. But I want him to see like where the album's here, but it could be with little things. It doesn't even take much. It's changing, you know, voices, or turning the bass down a little bit, or seeing the sections where the bass is a little high. It's just all by ear.
Sure.
And like that's another thing that I would love to get into, is just engineering, music production, beat making. Like I did beat making a little bit with like Fruity Loops back in the day, but like I didn't have I was doing a lot at that time as a kid, and I'm just like, I'm doing everything, yeah, let's try it, and then give it up, you know what I mean? So, but now I'm here, and I want to learn everything I can, because at some point I'm not going to make music anymore, but I want to be involved with it, you know what I mean, in any way possible. But
and then have all the tools, because you put in the work to learn them, and then know what you're talking about.
Plus, it gets expensive.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm fortunate enough to drive trucks, so like I make decent money.
Yeah, you make some money.
But
it also costs money to make music, for sure.
I'm like sitting here, I'm like, I stopped calculating, because at this point, like,
it would just hurt.
Like, do not, if you're going to make music, do not calculate how much you've spent and how much you return on investment.
It's going to be an investment. You just got to be committed.
If you love it, just do it.
Yep.
Because it'll put that in your pocket.
Yeah.
But to learn production and stuff like that, like Jay Callender, like he can do.
He's good.
Everything. And like to do that, like, saves you so much money. Yeah. And like, that man's doing things. Like, shout out him too, and shout out DJ Fresco.
Yeah.
Because
unfortunately, I had you probably saw I had both of them on the show.
I did. Exactly. I was like, man, these are tough acts to follow. Because I'm a little bit of an unknown in this city compared to those. So.
Sure. No. But we got some more work to do.
Yeah, we do.
But so that pretty much wraps up part one. We're gonna continue this conversation in part two. I want to ask you a little bit more about your collaborations, a little bit about what your plans are for the future, and we'll take it from there.
Sounds good to me.
So this has been Wake Up New Bedford with TF Breezy. Catch us in part two, where we continue this conversation. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Sick. That was good.